should be. There's a man, I don't know if he's... Yeah, but those
Wobei, das ist eine Variante mit dem Das muss man nochmal schauen. Das steht nicht genau drin. Und auch keine Schlüsseldisziplinen, also wie oft muss der Schlüssel geändert werden und die weißen Doppelte. Steht
seems a little bit strange place to meet. We considered about meeting in Frankfurt in the museum itself because there we have a conference room with all the facilities, but because many of one of these consequences is that the collection of the museum is indeed very old. The museum was founded in 1800.
That's all right. I don't criticize people for making mistakes. But anyhow, it was a good that the New York Cipher Society started up again under a man named Rosario Candel.
Okay. 10 years ago, I created an exhibition about cyber communications, and not enough.
Most widespread educational tool for cryptography and crypt analysis, and which is free as an open source project. Thanks.
I headed the Danish cryptanalysis over 20 years, but
with colleagues and my students and postdocs, I teach a full program of crypto at the University of Bonn partly in a joint program with.
I read Klaus Schmidt's books, and I'm very interested, and I'm glad to be here. He invited me, and yeah.
Distributed computing, and at this time I was very fascinated about that machine, and I started to write little programs and so, and now I'm able to break.
Interested in cryptology. Now I am writing on my dissertation that is the theme of statistical text analysis for cryptology.
Test equipment in Stuttgart, and I worked for a manufacturer of test systems. They sold some machines to the German Army, Air Force and Navy, and related to this technical things was the technical department of the German.
You're the right man to look into that. And yes, I still find it very fascinating after 4 years that there's a printed paper cipher that we cannot...
This cultural foundation doing projects in the field of computer and art, and privately I have been doing some research for 10 years into...
I was focusing in the last decade of the last millennium on early modern Dutch cryptology. There were a lot of documents, encrypted documents in Dutch archives on the...
And it's a worrying thing to go to the National Museum of Computing in Bletchley Park and see computers that I've programmed and that I've operated in them. And then really not that old.
To collect typewriters, but this was a nice machine. So the next step is to get together like this one of typewriter collectors. So I'm the grand old man of typewriter collecting in the world. And at one of my meetings, there was an ugly green machine and nobody wanted it. And it had a keyboard like a typewriter, so I bought an Intel.
For computer science and applied mathematics in Aachen. And we had to build up astronomy, cryptology, and so on. Some years ago...
In the last 10 years I've specialized in writing embedded software. I have a small company together with Mark here, where he designs hardware and I do the software bit. and that goes very well together. One other thing that I do together with Mark is establish a collection of Cipher machines. And we've started as
unsuccessful with his business, and he even, before his death, had to spend a certain time in prison because I don't know exactly why, but it seems that he has done something criminal, and so finally he was in his early 60s and he completely failed in his life, and that's why he committed suicide.
Let's say, good and bad Cipher text messages. And, well, what else do I need to say? The only thing I did scientifically was, let's say, finding a way of breaking most short visionary ciphers, let's say with 10, 12, or 15 characters only. And
interest for technology, and that's worrying me for the future for Europe. I don't say that we can save Europe, the two of us, but we can at least try to interest people to get some studying in technology. So we do talks on schools and universities about cryptology, Enigma. We bring our little Enigma.
The service manual, the data service manual. If you want to see the best the photos. I have a lot of photos.
Technology like, this is a Bavarian saying, the virgin to the child. I was researching in Wolfenbüttel at the Duke August Library in 1976. My original research project did not pan out. I had time left and started researching
in computer science, and from there actually modern IT security. I do courses in IT security and also cryptology. Actually my interests are far broader than only IT security. I'm interested in all kinds of cryptologic algorithms, things, protocols, etc.
Security in Sweden. I spent many years there. I started after studying mathematics in the University of Uppsala, and I was offered to make my conscript service at the FRA. So I came not far away from here, and I work for the European Space Agency. My profession is computing very precise satellite orbits. It has nothing to do with cryptography, but my hobby is the Voynich manuscript. So it's the only thing I know about cryptography is that. And almost everybody...
My Voynich manuscript. Probably nobody has ever seen it before in here. This is how it looks like.
But what is it? It's a remake, or is
it's a copy, a facsimile. Yes. So
It looks
I made
old.
it with a laser printer, and I dunked the paper into cold coffee. It's not a really professional copy. Yeah, okay. Next time I get there, I'm going to try.
It's the best one I've seen.
Pardon?
It's the best one I've seen.
Okay, thank you.
So have you seen the original?
No, René has, not me.
And is the original in a state similar to this one?
It looks a bit better.
Really?
It is thicker, actually. Thicker than this parchment.
Probably because the paper, the parchment is thicker than this printed paper.
It's Yale Library, Biomedical Library of Yale University.
Gathen, back in the 1960s, and it is a
So war das bei mir auch. Ich habe 2001.
Dann habe ich ihn eingeladen. So you would not pass it out if you find it.